Hello my friends and very welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the weirdest Australian animals you didn't know about. Let's get started. The first one will be Quokka.
Quokka. Good old quokkas. They're very native to Australia, just like 90% of all the animals and plants you find out there. And they're only found on Rottnest Island, which is a very small island near Perth. Scientists have dubbed them to be the happiest animal in the world. This is because they're always smiling, they're super happy, very friendly. You can Google them and see beautiful images of quokkas that have stolen cameras and taken selfies.
The other animal or insect you can find only in Australia is homemade spiders.
It's a huntsman spider. Big, they're hairy, they're scary. We have a giant huntsman which can get up to 12 centimeters in size, but they're completely harmless. They won't attack people. They're just big and scary, but we keep them in pretty much every single Australian house because there's so many of them, but they eat all the other bugs. So we make the sacrifice to only have one giant spider.
This is a big spider that lives in our garage.
One of the most beautiful birds you can find in Australia is so-called lyrebird.
Not necessarily beautiful, they do look cool. They're like a small peacock, but they have a super amazing hidden talent. Their talent is they can imitate sounds.
And that's a car alarm. And now the sounds of foresters and their chainsaws working nearby.
The sounds they can imitate are things like a car horn. They can get camera shutters like the clicking, the zooming. They can even get the sound of a car driving. Now you could be 100 k's in the middle of nowhere and right in a scrub in the bush and you hear a chainsaw. It's a pretty, Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of vibe. It's the males that do it and it's typically their mating call.
Another quite unusual bird you can find in Australia is so-called laughing bird.
I think you mean a kookaburra. Kookaburras are incredible. They're grey, they're brown, they're white, they're blue. They're a bush animal. They're very good predators. They love some meat. But the reason that you call it a laughing bird is they laugh. But they laugh especially loud if you're outside and you do something stupid. So if they see you fall over, trip over, or break something, they will laugh at you. Ha!
No, not like that. Another unusual creature you can find in your garden is blue-tongued lizard.
They're not too bad. Like, they might bite you, but they're not poisonous or anything. They kind of look like a crocodile. They've got a big, long body, and then they look like their head is a snake.
Easily could be the greatest pet lizard in the world.
They've got their big 4 legs, and when they poke their tongue out, they can poke it right out, spread it like this, and it's just like they've eaten a lolly or licked up some paint. The tails of lizards do fall off when they get picked up, so if he drops his tail, don't freak out, he will grow it back.
You'd probably expect to see kangaroos in Australia, but the fact you don't know
is that there's so many species. So yeah, we've got heaps of kangaroos, an estimated 50 million of them. The main species of kangaroo you're going to see is an eastern grey kangaroo. They're not that big. They're still, the males are as big as people. They're strong, they fight, they're very territorial. Don't make them angry, but usually they are very tame. You can go up and feed them. They might let you pat them. And if you've got a mesh shopping bag and you see a joey, which is a baby kangaroo, you can walk up to them and they will fall into the bag and you can take a kangaroo home because you've just caught your first kangaroo.
Gotcha! Hey, relax! Hey, relax! Woo! And that's it, Chuchi! That's how you catch kangaroos here in Australia! Settle down. Settle with me. Don't kick me.
How to catch a kangaroo.
The Eastern grey kangaroo!
The other kangaroo is the big red kangaroo. Now these are outback desert kangaroos. They're 6 foot tall. They've got huge muscles. And they actually look like if Arnold Schwarzenegger was an animal, he'd be a big red kangaroo. The weirdest thing is the sounds that these kangaroos make. It's like a grunt. The other kangaroo we have is a tree kangaroo, red tree kangaroo. They look like a little panda up in northern Queensland, right in the rainforest. And the final kangaroo that we have is actually called a wallaby. Now they look exactly like a kangaroo, but they're a lot smaller. They're grey, they're brown, and a subspecies of black wallaby as well. In traditional Aboriginal language, if you see a black wallaby, you're being welcomed to the land by the ancestors and the elders. So, good news.
Thank you very much for watching our video, guys. Please put like, dislike and comment below if you would like to go to Australia and see everything by yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, press the notification bell, and I'm gonna see you next week. Another unusual creature you can find
Is a Nadia.
blue-tongued lizard.